because you got me. What you hanging out with this girl for? That's kind of peculiar, if you will, because you just told me that you can't be in a relationship, but I did find her in the hallway and I did curse her out accordingly. To this day, I don't know who Iris is. Hi, chat. My name is Aaminah Tarello. I'm a model at night, and I do medical billing during the day. When I was in my second high school, I started dating this boy. His name was, let's call him Joseph for privacy reasons. There's this girl that he was always like hanging around. Her name was Minnie, is what we'll call her. Which is like, if you know the names, it's like so funny. He was always like chilling, hanging around this girl named Minnie. I wasn't really rocking with that because you got me. What you hanging out with this girl for? But then he was like, oh, she's like my sister, you know, don't even trip, dog. Like, she's like my sister. And I was like, oh, like, I get that, you know. I have people I consider brothers. So I wasn't tripping about it. But I thought it was a little peculiar, if you will, how he would drop me off at like class and then be like, oh, I have to go drop off Minnie. And I was like, well, why? Like, she can drop off herself, I don't understand. And I don't know, it was just a few things that kind of irked me. But I was like, you know, I'm not gonna be that jealous girlfriend, you know. If that's a sister, that's a sister, you know what I mean? Unfortunately, one of the sad parts is that his dad did start dying of a like illness. And so he was like, oh, like, I really want you to meet him like before he passes, and it was getting really serious. The relationship started getting really serious. I was like, oh, that means he's serious about me. You know, if like he's willing to do that. And I was like, oh, of course, like whatever you need, like whatever you're comfortable with. And he was like, okay, cool, cool. And then the next day he broke up with me. Why? And he was like, because I really need to focus on family right now. And I was like, oh, okay, that's completely understandable. Like, I'm gonna let you like do what you need to do. Like, you know, your dad's obviously going through his thing. I'm not gonna fight that. Like, if you need space, you need space. But what kind of irked me was the next day in the hallway when he started holding hands with Minnie and they started dating. And I was like, that's kind of peculiar, if you will, because you just told me that you can't be in a relationship because of everything that's happening with your family. You need time with your family, and like, I guess you're getting close with your family since like, consider her your sister, so just mind my business. So obviously, I was very upset. It's not my proudest moment, but I did find her in the hallway, and I did curse her out accordingly. And she was very like, well, what do you want me to do? Like, do you want me to break up with him? And I was like, I don't know what you effing want me to do. Like, it's your decision. You're the one that wanted to do all that. And then her friend started getting mad. She was like, you can't talk to her that way. And I said, listen, respectfully, I'm not talking to you. You're not really involved in this situation. I don't know you. So just, you know, you're not really involved, respectfully. And she took that to heart for some reason. To this day, I do not know this girl's name. I do not know who she is. And I just walked off because I was very upset because I high-key got cheated on. I got cheated on. Not even high-key, I did. Like, it wasn't even like a grace period of a week or a month. It was just like right the next day. It was crazy. And so since, as I said, I went to 2 high schools. This was the second high school. No one knew me. Only 2 people knew where I was in the school at this specific time. One of those people was Joseph, and one of the other people was Joseph and I's friend, Lucas. It was weird because I was in piano class, and this girl who was in my piano class, but I did not know her, she said like, hey, Aaminah, somebody outside wants to talk to you. And I was like, first of all, I don't know you. I don't know anybody well enough to want to talk to me outside, so this is a little weird. And so I went outside, and I was like, can I help you? I think you might have the wrong person because I do not know who you are. And then she was like, you think you talk to Iris like that? And I was like, who's Iris? To this day, I don't know who Iris is. So, hand on the Bible, don't know who Iris is. And she was like, you think you talk to Iris like that? And I was like, I don't know who Iris is. And I don't know who you are. And I've never seen you before. What is going on? And then she kept trying to fight me. And now, me, I am not a fighter. I do not believe in violence unless it is absolutely necessary. And this was not necessary, because I did not know her. And so I was like, you need to get back to class. I do not know who you are. I slammed the piano room door, and then I was like, you know, this has been a rough day. I just found out I got cheated on. Somebody, I think, just put a hit out on me or something. And like, you know, I might just fight this girl. So I was gonna open the door, and my piano teacher, who's a G, she like slammed her hand on the door. She's like, no, don't do that. We're gonna do this the right way. And I was like, okay. So she contacted security. Security looked at all the security systems and like found who she was, and like other people in the classroom were like, oh, she's from this period of mine. She's from this class period of mine. I was like, oh, y'all coming in clutch, because they're trying to find this girl. And so they finally found her. She got in trouble. She went to the principal's office. It's not determined, but it's determined that like either Joseph, Lucas, or Minnie like told that girl where I was to try to get her to fight me. I was like, wow, somebody really tried to put a hit on me. And I was the one that got cheated on, like, what's going on? I don't know if this was around the same time or a little bit later. I was basically telling Minnie, I was like, listen, real talk, I'm a girl's girl. I may not like you, but I am a girl's girl. And you need to know that if he's willing to cheat on me, that means he's willing to cheat on you. And she was just like, well, like, I don't know, he's just like different with me. And I was like, cool, all right? Like, I'm just like respectfully trying to warn you. And then it was almost a year later, I started dating this new guy, and I was about to say his real name. Joseph hits me up, and he was like, hey girl, like what you doing? And trying to hit me up for the stuff. And I was like, oh, no. What happened to Minnie? And he was like, oh, we just broke up a few hours ago, or like a day ago. And I was like, wow. And I was like, yeah, I don't know why you thought I'd be like sitting, waiting around for you to like come back to me, but that's not gonna happen. So again, I'm a girl's girl. I took all the screenshots of everything he sent to me, and I was like, listen, Minnie, again, I don't like you. I'm gonna make this very clear, I do not like you. But I'm only doing this because, again, I told you, I don't want you to be in a relationship with somebody who would do this to you, because I wouldn't want anybody to be in a relationship, or a woman to be in a relationship with somebody who would do that to you. So you guys just broke up a few hours ago. He just hit me up. Here are the screenshots. I'm not lying. Here you go. And she was very upset, obviously, and I was like, I'm not doing this to make you upset. I'm doing this because, again, I don't want another woman to be in like that type of situation. And then she was just like, yeah, we just got to get better men. We can't really like be like this anymore. I'm not doing anything. My relationship is just fine. You gotta check yours though, respectfully. And so she was like, yeah, I'm just gonna dump him. Like, I can't do this anymore. I was like, I mean, I'm not telling you to do whatever. These are just the facts that I'm laying out. Like, you do what you want. And then she got back with him. I don't know where they are to this day, because I blocked both of them and they blocked me. So that's the story. Moral of the story is stand your ground, I guess. And that's the story today.